I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans getting locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died, y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew, you a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum, a gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth, I had to make it clear. How Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947, your menorah got 9 sticks, it's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world, Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs. Bunch of thieves and culture vultures, ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you live there. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all tryna make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are. Backstage.
You ain't no Israelite, bitch, you a gospelite, bitch.
Fuck you talking about?
If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. Soft coast shit, we bout it. U.P.K, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood. Hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. U.P.K too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your army. All the bitches wanna take my piece. All they hoes wanna take my piece. All the nigga wanna take my piece. No, I can't let a dog take it from me. I can't let a dog take it from me. You a hoe study and you dummy. And these bitches really out this bitch walking around like they don't know nothing. And a lame nigga fall for them and get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shoulda took the time, get a damn no. But I see the solid and I show her. She could never get a piece holding. You a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jewelry. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. Yeah, that sucker duck bitch ass boy, fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade just line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch. You a lame nigga down to me. Eat candy, but I'm sucker free. You a little nigga, ain't none of me. Base up, boy, I fit a beat. Yeah, AR-223. Draco with a magazine. Yeah, the clip look like limousine. I shoot your ass in the spleen. Boy, I bust your ass in the temple. We debating by the temple. Tell the truth, boy, you's a victim. And you're scoring off like a lizard. Nigga walk down my road. Why does nigga come down my road? Boy, come down my road. Boy, I charge your ass toll fee. I'm a real big priest, nigga. UPK play for keys, nigga. Commander General get a damn order, but ain't nothing me to damn kill you. I stuck in his ass like a cat. All weapons, boys full of tech. Boy, like a close combat. Nigga, I popped off for a neck. If that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy, you be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK too solid, little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way, what you think? I love this brotherhood, hood. More than you, bitch.
Christ said 7 women gonna be on one nigga in the end time. Nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy. I'm stressed by that damn whole ass bitch. Fake ass nigga too. Dumb ass motherfucker. Fuck you.
Backstage.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my houses. Yes, you said so.
Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's right.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. Payback is a dog. Payback is a
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe the slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see
just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember Yahanna's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Von Dale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they making oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. Devils design fire for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, Shalakia. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Uh-oh. All right, Most High Christ. I thought for a second I didn't close this thing out. I thought I closed the class out. Most High Christ. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalakia. Hold on for 1 second because something is popping up. Hold on. All right. All right, there we go. I look better. I ain't getting cut off as much. All right, go ahead. Clap it up. Shalakia. Let me fix this 1 second. All right, shalom. Yahabashina Shalakia. Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. Shalom. Yahabashina to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Alathun, Bashim Yahushua to all the sisters. I'm priest and officer of 5,000 Malak, and I am the camp leader here in Kansas City, and I am teaching along with priest and officer of 500 Kakumgabar in Iowa, the Wednesday night law class. All right. I see the sister Mana Aima checking in. Most High in Christ, sister Mana Aima. How you feeling, sis? Always good to see you. Okay, here's the attendance sheet, the attendance form, right? All of these things are in the comments, so you want to make sure you're looking in there. And for young brothers and sisters who want to earn their Hebrew name, you want to check in. You want to sign in to class, every class, no matter if it's watching my class or someone else's class. You want to check into class. All right. Shalom, sister Yapashiar, Yahweh Shemar, how you feel, sis? Once again, another stellar sister in the truth. It's always good to see you, sisters in class. Let's see here. Oh, how do I want to do this? Let's start sharing this. There we go. Okay, I think that's here. There we go. Most High Christ. There he is. What's going on? What would it be? CG? You know how Captain Walker was named brother in the Midwest. You got to have a link. What's going on, mighty man?
Oh man, I'm Tawab. You know,
Most High Christ. Anything you want to say at the beginning of the class? Go ahead. Feel free.
No, man, just shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like button, hit that share button if you could, Baba Kasha, so we can get the algorithm going. Because you know, hey, we need to push this truth to the four corners of the earth. And that's about it. You know, let's get it rocking and rolling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Salaki, could come. Go ahead and before I tell everybody what we discussing this evening, I want you to go ahead and give me Genesis, the first chapter. Give me Genesis 21 and 26, I believe. Give me where the Lord created us in his image. And then I want you to give me the video of the Vice President, J.D. Vance, talking about not a signals chat, but a group leak of young Republican leaders. You can literally type in J.D. Vance responding to young Republican leaders chat group leak, right? I'm not sure for all, I ain't gonna say, let me stop saying that. It's a few things could come that I like to work on me personally when I teach and when I speak. One of the things is I'm not sure if you know. I'm just going to assume that no Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian knows what the hell is going on in life. I'm going to stop assuming. I mean, I'm going to start assuming that we don't even know what's going on, what's taking place in our lives. The people who control your life, who run the world, I'm sure that so-called Blacks, Hispanics, the average, not anyone in the truth, of course, but the average so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian isn't. What happened?
Salakia, what'd you say? J.D. Vance said what?
J.D. Vance response to young Republican leaders chat. Yeah, I'm just going to assume could come from here on out, from all my days in the truth until Christ returns, that our people are just oblivious. Like, we don't even conceive what is going on in the White House, what's going on in the geopolitical space. We don't know what's going on. What we know is getting high, fulfilling our lust, eating, drinking, being married. I think what we're about to be concerned with in about 14 days to come is Halloween, right? Then after that, Thanksgiving. Then after that, Christmas and New Year. This is Esau's so-called holiday time, the holiday spirit. And no matter what evil Donald Trump is doing in America, no matter the amount of evil, no matter the amount of destruction that Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and America is doing to God's chosen people, I'm just going to assume that our people don't give a damn. I think you care more about Halloween and Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's than you do the life of your people, than you do the welfare of your people. That's what I'm going to start assuming until Christ returns could come, unless so-called Blacks and Native Indians can convince me otherwise, right? But with that being said, Salakia, we got a few more. Let's see. Most High Christ, the water sister Yafashiyar, she's encouraging brothers and sisters to like, share, and subscribe. Shalom, sister Bashama. Yahweh Shema, Basham Yahushua. How you feel, sis? All right, Most High Christ. What I want first, I think I want you to read. I think I want you to play the video when you get it first, before you read the scripture. All right, I want you to play that video first. And then if there's an article describing it for everyone to know what's going on and who these young Republicans are, I want everyone to kind of get the gist of what's going on. And then you can play the video, and then we'll go from there. And then I'll have you read the scripture. Give me 1 second. Hold on. All right.
Well, this was what I had first, which was an article, but let me see if I can find the actual video.
And while he's doing that, what I want for so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians out there, while you're doing that, Kakam, what I would like for our people to do is, I would like our people to think about, damn, I keep doing that. So I keep cutting you out of there. What I want our people to do is, I want our people to think about, really think about accountability. I want you to think about accountability. And what I want you to do is, I want you to think about who was the first person that you remember having accountability in your life, right? Whether it was your mother, your father, an uncle, an aunt, a family friend, anyone close to you. I want you to think about who was the first person that you remember having accountability, right? So many times could come. What you will find is even the adults, most of our people, thanks to the Christian church, don't have accountability for their life. They don't have accountability for their own actions. That's what you're going to find about most people, not just Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, but most people. You find me someone whose life is in the gutter, someone who was a high school superstar. I know so many of those brothers who were high school football players who were destined to go to the NFL. So many brothers who were star All-American high school basketball players who were just destined to go to the NBA, go to the league. And then you see them 10 years later, 11 years later, and they are a junkie in the gutter somewhere, a crackhead, a fentanyl head, someone who just sips lean all day and works at Walmart. Like their life turned out to be nothing. And you know what you're gonna give me a woman too. Give me a sister who she was voted most likely to be president, most likely to be this. She was so popular in school. She was a cheerleader. She got all the best grades. And then when you see her 10 years later could come, she is a whore with 5, 6 kids by 5 different men, living on Section 8 welfare and WIC, living in Section 8 on welfare and depending on the men that she allows to have sex with her, depending on men that she lets use and abuse her when she was once this beautiful 5'5", thick in the thighs, 115, 25-pound sister that the whole school wanted. And you see her 15 years later and she is a disgusting slut. If you were to go ask that brother, if you were to go ask that sister, what happened in your life? How did you end up like this? Do you know that majority of people will come to you and say, you know, it was when I was molested at this year's old. It was when this happened. My baby daddy did this and he screwed me over. This happened and that happened. They're going to blame everybody else. They're going to have a sob story that wants you to feel sorry for them for why their life is in shambles. And they're going to come up with 1,000 different reasons why. Not saying that any of those reasons are invalid could come, but this is what I want our people to always remember about your life. You are responsible for your life. That's what I want you to remember about your life. You are accountable and responsible for what happens to you, right? You are responsible for what happens to you. And that's something that our children need to learn. Our children have got to learn that when you do something, every action, there's a reaction. Have you ever heard that could come? That's science. For every action, there's a reaction. I think that's Newton, Sir Isaac Newton's law of motion. Somebody that's a scientist out there, get me right on that. For every action, there's a reaction could come. So if I swing a hammer and I hit my knee, the reaction will be that I will bust my kneecap out. Well, let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. If you don't listen to the men of the Lord in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna, and you continue to get high, and you continue to have sex, illicit sex with anything you can get your hands on, if you continue to be liars and thieves, the reaction is going to be you're going to die in America when Christ returns. Your life is going to be in shambles. You won't have custody of your children. When you disobey the Most High God, there's a reaction for that action. And guess what? There is no one's the water to Sister Mommy Mariam. Sister Mommy Mariam is a damn, if for those of you who don't know, she is this sister here could come when she was in the state of Virginia and was attending the NSU, Norfolk State University. She was in the chemistry program, earning her bachelor's in chemistry. The governor of Virginia recognized this sister about 7, 8 years ago, something around there. He recognized her for being the #1 student in, I want to say, the goddamn state for chemistry. I think she won the governor's cup or governor's award for being a chemistry nut. She's a chemistry nut, doing all that abstract math to come Gabar. The governor of Virginia at that time, not the governor now, but at that time she was attending Norfolk State University. This sister here won an award or got recognized, received recognition from the governor of Virginia for her hard work and her knowledge in chemistry. And she was the #1 in chemistry. So this sister knows what she's talking about when it comes to science and math. The water, Sister Mommy Mariam. She says it's Newton's third law. Shalom, the water, sis. Okay, let's see here. The sister, the wife, okay, Most High in Christ. Shalom, Sister Isabella, Most High in Christ. All right. I want you to remember that Newton's third law, which is science. So what I'm saying is backed up with science could come. For every action, there's a reaction. So if you react away, that's just like brothers could come. There are some brothers you find in school that you attended school with in high school or middle school who you just saw something in them, like, man, this cat here, he can play the hell out of some basketball. He can play the hell out of some football and baseball. He's going to be a superstar. Wasn't he supposed to be a rapper? 2025, where is he at? He's in federal penitentiary. He's in Leavenworth, Kansas. He's in Angola State Penitentiary. That's where he is. Why? Because he caught his woman having sex with another man. So he reacted and he shot that man. Well, there's a reaction for his action. And when you go visit him in prison, he can't blame anyone but himself. And that's tonight's class. Tonight's class is you have to take responsibility, accountability for your life, because this is the hard truth about life that you better teach your kids. There is no one that's going to take that accountability for you. No one. And we're going to see it from as old as the Bible. We're going to see it in today's time. People don't take accountability for their actions. They do not. You have to take accountability for your actions. You do. You must. It's in the Bible. We're going to bring it out right now. We're going to teach it. We're going to break it down flat so everyone understands and can live their lives knowing that if you don't do it, no one else will. No one else will. Give me what you got, Kakumga Bar. Give me the video that you have.
Con. Yeah, this may be it, but here we go.
That's what it looks like. It looks right.
Hold on, let me unmute it.
They tell edgy, offensive jokes like that's what kids do, and I really don't want us to grow up in a country.
Pause it. Give me the story. Do you have the actual article? Right. Save the video, but I want you to read the article first. Just a brief synopsis of the article, so people online can hear and know what's going on. Once again, Kakum, remember, from here on out, Kakum, me and you have to assume that our people are oblivious to everything.
Right.
Our people just want to get high, Kakum. They don't give a damn. They don't even know who JD Vance is. You have to think like that, and you really have to think like that. You have to think like, I'm trying to break something down so heavy. The Bible says this. The Bible says that my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. You understand that? The Bible also says that the children of Israel are sottish children, homeborn slaves, servants. Our people are sheep that are led to the slaughter. These are all scriptures in the Bible. Why does the Bible reiterate things like that, phrases like that? Because our people have a behavior that tells the Lord that we really are just sottish kids. We just children who need a daddy, who need a mommy to tell them where to go, tell them what to do, tell them who you are, what you can't do, what you can eat. We're just kids. Our people are just children. Right? I know a lot of times brothers give women hell for being big babies, but let me tell you something about brothers. I don't know if you've seen the condition of black men, Hispanic men, and Native Indian men, but brothers are big children, a bunch of big kids. Right? Maybe not times of old, but I can tell you right now, brother, I am a man. And I can tell you working with men and being around men that are in the world, of course, they are just a bunch of children. Brothers who don't care about anything outside of getting an orgasm, having fun. Since when did men like having fun so goddamn much, Kakum? Can some brother answer that for me? All of the brothers who give women hell for lack of accountability, for taking no responsibility. Where are these brothers who take accountability for their lives? Because I haven't seen them outside the truth. Where are these men? Kakum, who are drug addicted that take accountability for why they're drug addicted? That take accountability for why they allow ICE. That's another thing, Kakum. This is what I want to know. Where are all of these men in Chicago before ICE and the Homeland Security came to Chicago that said, y'all not doing nothing to us in Chicago because we so big, bad, and tough. Homeland Security and ICE gets there. Guess what they did? Whatever the hell they wanted to.
Hey, if I could,
Please.
they listen. The brothers or the niggas in Chicago, they wouldn't even let NBA YoungBoy come and do a concert. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, shut it down. Woo, woo, woo. They canceled the whole concert. You know what I'm saying? You know, NBA YoungBoy is like the YN Messiah. You know what I mean? But ICE come in, ain't nobody nowhere. You know what I'm saying? ICE, the National Guard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with the gang life fake brotherhood is they only ready to just go against our own people because, like you said, or like the scripture says, our people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, and it's just unfortunate. And I yield on that.
Yeah, right. Give him a hand. That's absolute truth. The sister says they just want to have fun like girls. You remember that song in the 80s by Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Brother, these men today, all they want to do is get high, have sex with what they can, whatever they can. These men now, they'll put their rod in a door and slam it if they can get an orgasm from it. They would do anything they can to have fun, to have fun. When did this happen? Salaki, that's what I would like to know. Right? And then you have the nerve to talk about women. They canceled the brother's concert. Yeah, they canceled his concert, sis. But ICE, they didn't cancel. Homeland Security, from arresting and beating up old Black and Hispanic women, nothing happens. Let me tell you something else. When that brother George Floyd was murdered by that cop, Derek Chauvin, that pig and devil, when he was murdered by that devil, Derek Chauvin, there were men around him. Men around watching him die. You understand? When are brothers and sisters, men and women, going to take accountability for their actions, for their lives? When are you going to be responsible for yourself? Read what you got. Give me the story.
So yeah, this from NBC News. Vance says young Republicans accused of racism shouldn't have their lives ruined.
Now give me the keep going. I want people to hear what this was that happened, like what took place, who these kids are, and what's going on. Go ahead.
It says the vice president contrasted. Slovakia. The vice president I can't highlight that. Contrasted offensive remarks in a private group chat with text from a Democratic candidate in Virginia who had suggested a top Republican can be killed unalive. Let's go down. So this was today, actually. This article's from today, not too long ago. Vice President J.D. Vance has come to the defense of young Republican leaders who are under scrutiny after Politico published hundreds of racist and hateful messages from what it reported was their private group chat. Reading on. The reality is that kids
No. Come, don't read. I don't want you to read what J.D. Vance said. Now you can play the video. Right now you can play the video. Right, this cat, J.D. Vance, I gotta remember to stop saying that. Nobody knows who J.D. Vance is. You know what strain of weed that you purchase, but you don't know who J.D. Vance is. Let me tell you, J.D. Vance is the vice president of the United States of America. That's who J.D. Vance is. Excuse me.
He reminds me of Charlie Kirk.
Say it again.
I say he kind of reminds me of Charlie Kirk.
Come on now. Listen, you know what's so heavy about what you just said? These are young Republican activists like Charlie Kirk. So this is not shocking to someone in the truth. But I know it's shocking to you because your grandmother told you to vote. Your grandmother told you to vote. Your Christian preacher told you to vote. And you voted this last election cycle because you didn't know what, in your world, in our world, could come Blacks and Hispanics. Voting is how we take accountability for our life. Did you know that? Did you know that voting to, especially the tribe of Judah, voting to the tribe of Judah is how you take accountability for your life and your community and your people. You have to vote a white person or a heathen in office so they can make change in the Black community. Are you insane? You vote for someone who doesn't have your people's best interests, but you're going to vote. Why? Because you do it the same reason why you celebrate Halloween, the same reason you celebrate Thanksgiving, the same reason you celebrate Christmas, because your forefathers did it. That's why. The same reason you sin, same reason you go to church or you're a Muslim, because grandmama did it, granddaddy did it. Great grandma did it. That's why you do it. And that's why you vote. And you voted this last election cycle. Well, let me show you who you voted for. This is who you voted for. There we go.
The reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes like that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their lives.
That's what kids do.
Hold on. Let her talk. Go ahead. Play her.
President J.D. Vance earlier today commenting again on a Politico story involving members of young Republicans organizations and thousands of leaked messages where they're seen.
Just like, who'd you bring up? Charlie Kirk. Just like Charlie Kirk, these young white men, they aren't Republican. And that's what I would love for black people to understand. I want black and Hispanic people to stop labeling white people with some title. Stop doing that. Well, this is the way white Republicans think. Well, this is the way white Democrats think. Well, this is the way white Christians think. Stop doing that. White people are the same across the spectrum. I don't give a damn if he's a white Muslim. He's the devil the Bible speaks of. They're racist, they're full of hatred, and they want blood. That's white people. Whether they're 6 years old or they're 60 years old. They all are the same. The water, give the sister a hand. Your Pashiar says they are all the same. Yes, sis. Stop. Yes. Stop labeling white people. That's what I would like for blacks and Hispanics to stop doing. These are young Republicans. These are young white boys, Kakam. This is what this is the condition in the state, in the mindset of these young white kids. What did the sister say? Kind of, you say you don't vote, they'll tell you, okay, don't complain when nothing changes, as if any real change has happened. Give her a hand. Give the sister a hand. Because whenever you are told around the election cycle, I'm not voting. Well, don't complain when something happens. So I got a question for all the black people who did vote. Is this what you voted for?
Right.
Is this who you voted for? I know you didn't vote for President Trump. Maybe you did. Maybe you voted for J.D. Vance and Trump. Maybe some black people did act. Maybe some Latinos did. This is what you voted for. You voted for them to make excuses for white racism, for white hatred. White people and white children, remember he said they are kids. Isn't that what he said, Kakam? These are kids. They're like 25 years old. They're like 22 years old. I don't know if that's a kid. That's an adult that can make their own decision. Go ahead, Kakam. You had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, if I could, and I think really, now if you could put that back up there, the only reason that they really even calling this out is because it says, I love Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And we know who that rubs wrong.
Right.
Which is the small hats. And so, of course, he has to come out and do damage control over the small hats. But at the same time, that just goes to show you the ignorance. Even though I'm not giving him no benefit of the doubt because the white man's a devil regardless, but they're so much got their head up so much far up the small hats
behind.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That they gotta kiss they behind now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know that they support them so hard over there is the Israeli government. And so I think that but if it was like them just doing some black jokes or whatever, it probably wouldn't even make big headlines. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless they would have went overboard like doing nooses or something.
And even then could come, listen, give him a hand. Because what you said is the absolute truth. And even then could come, they still wouldn't have leaked it if it just had to do with them joking about niggers. If they were just joking about these beaners and these wetbacks and spicks and niggers, then no one would have gave a damn. But because because they said, and listen, I saw their leaked messages. You can don't put them on the screen, but in your own time, you can look them up. I'm gonna do a video on it tomorrow morning, maybe even tonight. Right? They said things like, "We want the ovens." We want to bring back the ovens, meaning the concentration camp ovens. We love Hitler. Hitler this, hail Hitler. Right? They said these things in this chat group. these young Republican Charlie Kirks. They're a bunch of Charlie Kirk is these white boys' gods.
Right.
This is what I don't want black people to do. Don't make the mistake and say, well, these are just white Republicans. This is who your oppressor is. Let me tell you something, Mike. There was a these were Navy SEALs. This happened 3 months ago, right? I'm sorry, no. I think they were Green Berets. So they're ESOL Special Forces. And they had a group chat that was leaked. I think it was the Navy SEALs. It was either the Navy SEALs or the Green Berets. Nonetheless, it was America's finest Special Forces operators. And they had a group chat between everyone in their team. And it was one black Special Forces guy in this team. And he reported them because they continued to make racial slurs and jokes towards him. They continued to say, you nigger, you effing nigger. And they said they were joking, Kakum. They were just joking.
Right.
And it leaked. It came out, and he filed a complaint against, I think it was the Army or the Navy, whichever branch he was in, and said that that's what took place. That's what happened. He had to suffer under the hateful rhetoric of racism from his white teammates. This is common now. It didn't say if those young Green Berets or Navy SEALs were Republicans or Democrats could come. They were white. That
Right.
I do know. Do you understand? That I do know.
They don't come.
The white man that they love so much, Adolf Hitler, what was he could come? Was he a Republican or a Democrat?
But he was just another white man.
Say it again.
He was just another white man.
Say it again.
Another white man.
Give could come from our hand. He was just another devil eye. Another devil. That don't matter, Republican, Democrat. You black people, stop doing that. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, my people, stop doing it. Stop labeling white people. Put them all in the same box they put you in. Because let me tell you something what white people do. White people don't look at black people and say, oh, these are just the black Republicans. These are the black Democrats that do that. Did Charlie Kirk do that? No. Charlie Kirk said what? Whenever someone brought up crime, he would bring up black people, not black Republicans, not black Democrats, but black people. You better do the same for your oppressor. The sister said J.D. Vance is young too. Yeah, he is. In using his the concept of being young, being young is, it's subjective, but yes, sis, absolutely, sis. He's young by his own definition. If a bunch of 25-year-olds are kids and he's young, sure. Absolutely, sis. And listen, they are the devil the Bible speaks of, right? No matter if they're Democrat, Republican, if they are on the right, if they're on the left, if they're Christians, if they're Muslim, if they're atheists, our oppressor is the devil. And black people have to always remember that. Now, why am I bringing this story up, Kakum? Because this oppressor, J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, he is the perfect example. This is the perfect example of what taking no accountability looks like. Right? His political party is spewing racist hatred rhetoric around now, right around the time of now. They're spewing hateful racist rhetoric, right? They're the reason when you see the last 6, I think, mass unalivers, the last 6 of them, they all were far-right Republicans, all of them. The one who unalived Charlie Kirk, he was a Republican. The devil that shot up the school in Colorado the same day Charlie Kirk was killed, he was Republican. The one who shot up the ICE facility, he was Republican. The last mass unalivers in this country within the span of a month have all been Republicans, all of them.
Right.
And whenever they find the bullets or the shell casings or the magazines or the guns, they have writing on them that says the same thing that the chat of these young Republicans said. They said things like, I love Hitler. When are the Jews going to be exterminated? I can't stand these black people. I can't stand these niggers. White replacement theory. These are written on all of the manifestos of these serial unalivers, of these mass unalivers. They're all white Republican males between the ages of 15 to 50. All of them are. And when I say all of them, I mean every last one of them. Every last one of them, including the devil who unalived Charlie Kirk. His family said He shot Charlie Kirk because he didn't like the fact that Charlie Kirk was so liberal. Do you understand what I just said, Kakam? That devil that shot Charlie Kirk didn't like Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk was too nice.
Right.
Do you understand? Like, his family was evangelical pastors, Christian evangelical pastors, and they were all far-right MAGA Republicans. So don't tell me nothing about these white kids or these white shooters. They identify with being liberal. No. These white kids love Donald Trump, love Adolf Hitler for their crimes against races of people. They love that racism in a leader could come. And this devil, J.D. Vance, he's a hillbilly. He's another one. He's some stinking hillbilly from Ohio. Hillbilly Elegy. Look that up when you get a chance. Hillbilly Elegy. He's another hillbilly redneck Peckerwood J.D. Vance from Ohio. You understand that? And this devil here, he completely takes away accountability for a bunch of 25-year-old grown men who clearly are racist. Do you want to know why? Now give me Genesis. Give me Genesis. Give me the first chapter. I think I said Genesis chapter 1 and 26. I think that's what I asked for. Make sure that's right. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Give me Genesis chapter 1 and 26. All right. Right. Tonight's class is about accountability. The title is Our Oppressor Takes No Accountability for Their Actions. And listen, let me tell you something while the brother is pulling the scripture. Our oppressor, you can give me 500 stories a day about how our oppressor doesn't take any accountability for what he does. Slavery, are you kidding me? Kakam Gabar, you're in the truth. You're a priest. I know you know whenever we at camp and we talk to white people about taking responsibility for their actions, guess what they say? It wasn't me. I wasn't there. Go ahead, Kakam, please.
Because Captain Azariak, you know, he just did that sit down or a little debate with that dude from the Practical Jokers and some random Edomites. And one of the things that blew my mind, which it really don't blow my mind, but I never heard him say any Edomite say it like that. He said, do you think white people should have reparations for slavery? I'm like, what the hell? I'm thinking in my head, what do you mean? So basically, he was saying that white people, do you think white people should get paid for the lost wages of letting free the slaves? You know what I mean? And that was so diabolical. And like the whole topic is taking accountability. You know what I'm saying? For him to even think of that, whoever, even if he was regurgitating that from someone else, whoever the devil was that thought of that is like, good night. You know what I'm saying? Like they feel like because they let go of the slaves, our ancestors, now they should get reparations for the lost wages that would have been if they still had slaves. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got the whole America for crying out loud. What more do you need? You know what I mean? I yield.
Damn right. Give him a hand. Let me tell you something, Mark. Do you know that what you're saying is so heavy could come in there? And I saw that interview. Give Captain Tazariak a hand. That was heavy.
Yeah, no right.
Do you know that in the South, after the Civil War, white slave owners were paid reparations? Did you know that?
Well,
white slave owners were paid reparations for every slave they lost, every last one of them. All of those big, gigantic slave farms and industries they had in Alabama and Georgia and Texas, here in Missouri and Louisiana, they were paid for hundreds of dollars. In today's cash, millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars for every slave they lost as insurance. Guess who covered the insurance policies for those slaves?
The small hats.
That's true, but I'm saying institutions.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
Your banking institution, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank. So whenever white people say, well, It wasn't me that did it. Nigga, who is your bank? I asked the white boy, I got an interview with an oppressor, give the sister hand. She said the U.S. government. Yes, the U.S. government issued those reparations. Abraham Lincoln issued those reparations. I got an interview with a devil that was down on Westport last year, and it's done some numbers on TikTok. Could come. I asked this devil, I said, who do you bank with? And he didn't want to answer, but I said, do you have a bank? He said, yes, I have a bank. I said, well, your bank was established because they were able to carry insurance policies for slaves. All of those banks, every last one of them. And you won't find it under the name that you have the banking institution's name now. Because why? Because they changed their name. They changed it. Why? Because they didn't want to take accountability for what their forefathers did. The founding fathers of Bank of America and Wells Fargo and Chase Bank, they don't want to come out and say, well, you know, we own, so we did participate in the slave trade. Same with those British banks. If you're from the UK, the same thing happened. They all insured those slaves, which means when they lost their slaves, they were paid a lot of money. They lost the goddamn war and still came out on top. How about that, Kakum? They lost the war, the Civil War, and they still received payment for the reparations. They received reparations for losing their slaves. This is what's even more disgusting. The sisters calls it, the sister Mana Ima calls it diabolical. This is what's more diabolical, sister Mana Ima. They still kept those slaves. After the Civil War, black slaves didn't go to the North. You didn't go to the North until in the 1920s, 60 years later, after the Reconstruction era. You didn't go up north to Harlem, into Detroit, Chicago, Kansas City, Nebraska until the 1900s. So which means what about black slaves? After the Civil War, after they were supposed to be free, they went back to their slave master and they began to sharecrop, which is where sharecropping comes from. We're going to share a crop of this field. The white man made the interest rate so high that our forefathers could never repay them back in debt, repay back their debt. So they became a slave all over again. That's American history. White people never lost slaves. And I don't know where that even comes from. White people lost slaves. They never lost slaves. Do you know my grandfather was from Louisiana? I'm one generation removed from a man who is the son of a slave. My grandfather's grandfather fought in the Civil War. He fought in the Civil War. The reason, why on the Robinson side, my father's father, the reason that they were in Louisiana, they were sold from a plantation in South Carolina, the tribe of Judah. My father's side was sold from a plantation in South Carolina, like most Judites. Most Judites are from Virginia, Louisiana, or South Carolina. They're from or Maryland. Why? Because that's where the slave ships entered the coast could come. Well, they traveled they were bought. They were bought by some white family in Louisiana or Texas or Missouri or Kentucky or Alabama or Georgia. Do you understand? Or Mississippi, like Captain Huntham Yard's family, like Mississippi. And then they went down there. Brother, my grandfather's grandfather fought in the Civil War. His slave master kicked him off the plantation because he told the Union Army where he kept his gold. And from there, he was exiled somewhere around the area of what's called Waterproof, Louisiana. That's where my grandfather's from, Waterproof, Louisiana, right on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. That's where he's from. Brother, do you know my grandfather came up here in the 1940s to Kansas City? He came up here in the 1940s. He has children that's older. My oldest aunt and uncle, they are older than his trip to Kansas City. Do you understand? He came here after he already had children.
Right.
After he's already had kids. He came up here. Do you know why a grown Judite male, black male came from Louisiana to Kansas City? Because of the threat of lynching. He had an uncle that got lynched by some white farmers in Louisiana. He was in college at Grambling State University. That's where my grandfather went to college. He had to flee to Kansas City, Kansas, in the 1940s This was 20 years after the Great Migration. Well, I shouldn't say 20 years after. It was still in the meat of the Great Migration, but it wasn't at the beginning stages. It wasn't at the beginning stages. And I always ask myself, like, why? Why is that? Why is it that there were black people who stayed behind in the South as they were being lynched, as they were being violated and murdered by white people? Why is it that it took them so long? And you know what I found out through doing the research on my family, through doing the research on black people, the tribe of Judah here in America? Because they were still slaves to white people. That's what took them so long, guys. That's what took them so long. You want to know why did my grandfather wait until 1958 to leave Mississippi? Because he was still a sharecropping slave in Mississippi in 1958. And it took gumption and courage to flee that plantation he worked on, to bring his son and daughter, and to move to Kansas City, move to Chicago, move to Minnesota, move to Detroit, move to New York, move to Baltimore, move to DC. It took gumption. It took courage. That's what it took, Kakam. That's the reason why our people, there is a separation period between the 20s and the 60s of Negro slaves moving from the South to the North, because white people never lost their slaves. They never lost them. They had us in slavery until the 1960s and 70s. You don't believe me? Go look up the brother who played basketball with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar from Mississippi. He was born into slavery in 1945. 1945. 60, 70 years after the Civil War ended, he was born into slavery in Mississippi. Who were the white people who enslaved them? Were they Republican? Huh? Were they Democrat?
Right.
Who were the people that whipped my great-grandfathers back in Louisiana? Who were they? Were they Republican? Democrats didn't even exist in the 1960s. Did you know that? There was no such thing as Democrats at the start of the Civil War. There was no such thing as Republicans damn near. Republican Party was a new party in 1861. There were Federalists and then there were Dixiecrats. That was it. There was no Democrat or Republican. So who were the white men who owned slaves? Were they Republicans? Were they Democrats? They were white people. That's all that matters. They were white people. And white people will do everything to take away the accountability for their actions. But this is the point that I'm making. God doesn't want us to be like our oppressor. God doesn't want us to be like the other nations of people. He doesn't want us to be like the Africans or the oppressor, Europeans, Esau. He doesn't want us to be like them. So he gave us a law. He gave us the breath of life into Adam, so that we are the exact opposite of the other people, other races of people, the other nations of people who dwelled on the earth at that time. Now, give me what you got, Kakam. Give me Genesis chapter 1 and verse 26. And here's another thing. So, like, if I may, here's another thing. The sister made me think about that with this historical references of Juneteenth, 1865, and they didn't know slavery ended. Give the sister a hand. They didn't know slavery ended. Most black people in the South weren't even aware, which is why, the water sister Yapashiar, which is why we celebrate Juneteenth. It took them an extra year to find out when we were actually set free. And even after they found out, they still had to stay on the plantation, because where are you going to go? You have no resources. You have no housing. You have no infrastructure. You're staying your black ass on that plantation. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of, making us believe that, we lost the war and my family owned slaves, but they had to give up their slaves. No, they did not. They were paid for every slave they lost in the war. Same with Haiti. Haiti is the same. The tribe of Levi has to pay the French government till this day billions of dollars. Do you know why they have to pay the French government every single year? Because the French lost to the Haitians in the Haitian Revolution. And because they bankrolled Haiti, France had to sell their portion of America that they owned. Does anyone know the portion of America that the French owned in the 1800s? When they lost that battle in the 1700s, when they lost that battle to the Haitians? Does anyone know?
Was it the Louisiana Purchase?
Give the brother a hand.
Yeah. Yeah.
France had to sell their purchase of Louisiana, of America. America
And
was able to get it pennies on the dollar.
yeah, I was gonna say it was like $10,000 or some mess.
Absolutely. It was roughly around the price of, like, you know, of buying a Cadillac Escalade today. That's how much America had to give up. A Cadillac Escalade for the entire purchase of Louisiana. Remember, the Louisiana Territory wasn't just the state of Louisiana. The Louisiana Territory was Louisiana, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, I think Iowa, Nebraska. It was the whole Central Plains of America. That's why French, if you ever wanted to know why the French language is such a, in the Midwest, you have parishes, you have boulevards, right? That's because of the French's influence, because they own this part of America. There are places you go in Missouri, I think Beaulieu, Missouri, is named after goddamn French name, because the French owned Missouri before the Haitians, the brothers and sisters from the tribe of Levi, kicked the ass of Napoleon Bonaparte. After they whipped his ass like he stole something, give Levi a hand. Give Levi a hand, brother. They whipped the ass of our oppressor, Napoleon Bonaparte, the white man's greatest general, his greatest general. He's lost. He's won more battles, I think, than Alexander the Great. He has a better win-loss ratio than Alexander the so-called Great. Right? They whooped their ass, and because they kicked the French's ass, the French made sure, with partnership and league with America, that Haiti would be cut off from receiving resources and doing trade unless the brothers and sisters in Haiti paid up. And so till this day, from the 1800s up until now, the Haitians have had to pay the French government every year billions of dollars for every French soldier that was killed in the Haitian Revolution. And you want to tell me about how black people aren't the black people today weren't slaves. Listen, white Frenchmen today weren't around during Napoleon Bonaparte, but guess what? They still receive billions of dollars from a poor country like Haiti, which is why Haiti is so poor, because they have to give up everything they have to the white nation they defeated 200-300 years ago. Right. So don't tell me about how we weren't slaves, so we don't need reparations. Well, if we weren't slaves and we don't need reparations, then guess what? The French don't need reparations from the Haitians. Give all the money back that the white slave owners took from Bank of America, from Chase Bank, from Wells Fargo once the Civil War ended. Give all that money up. Find the white families who had money in slavery and then give all that money to black people today. If you truly believe in what you say, Mr. White Man, if white people really truly believed in what they told us, but you see, I know something about white people that they don't want us to know. White people are hypocrites. That's what I've learned in the UPK and the Command and Yahanna about white people. Our oppressor are a group, a race of hypocrites, all of them. None of them would like to admit to us that truly they know we deserve reparations. And I don't mean money. I mean justice. They know we deserve justice because they received it for 300 years. They don't want us to have it because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are like cattle to white people. They can't stand to see you free to come. Go ahead. You had something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like for example, the small hats, like the Germans happen to pay the small hats. I mean, hold on, no, the small hats happen to pay the Germans because of what happened to them.
Absolutely.
It's like the reverse, you know what I'm saying? But of course, everybody gives the small hats dollar. I gotta grab my charger, Salaki.
No, you too are. What the brother's saying is the absolute truth. While he's grabbing his charger, let me tell you something. It would be like if Jewish people, it would be like Jewish people who lived under the Holocaust had to pay the German Nazis billions of dollars every year because they won the war, because they were the ones who were defeated. And so now the victim has to pay the victor. When the hell does that happen? It happens to blacks and Hispanics because white people hate us. Now, what political party was Napoleon Bonaparte in the French? Were they Republicans or Democrats? They're the oppressor. And the oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. If they're 6 years old, if they're 60 years old, if they're 160 years old, the white man is the goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. That's it. That's the class. It's a lot. That's what you better always remember about your oppressor and the lies. Don't ever believe the lies of your oppressor. The sister says they are still paying the interest on the plans they had to take afterwards. Sis, let me tell you something. Your oppressor is vindictive. You hear me? The white man is vindictive. That's the reason O.J. Simpson went to prison after he was found not guilty in a court of law, because the white man can't stand you to be free. It's something in white people. The Bible says they have had a perpetual hatred. A perpetual hatred, meaning it's forever. It's never going to end until Christ returns. Our oppressor hates us, and he has hated us since we were in the womb with Esau.
That's right.
When Jacob was in the womb with Esau, we were fighting each other. Since before they were born, we have been fighting each other. This is something that is everlasting, and it will never end until Christ returns to give us justice. Read what you got. Oh, Salaki, you were in the middle of making a point. Go ahead and finish your point, mighty man. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Yeah, I pretty much, I landed my plane on that.
Most High Christ.
And you cleared it up, so yeah.
Most High Christ.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me Genesis. This is what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians need to know. Give me Genesis, the first chapter. I think it's verse 26 I asked for. Go ahead and read that out.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 26. And it says, and the Most High said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
So let me ask you out there listening to class. When the Bible says, and the Most High said, or the power, this in verse 26 is not the Most High to come. That is the Alahayim. The powers said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. This is what I would like to ask. What is this talking about? Anyone online can give it a shot too. We got viewers. I see we got viewers in the classroom, Kakam. Most High Christ. Yeah, to all the viewers out there, what is the Bible saying when the Bible says the power said, let us make man in our image and our likeness? Someone who's been in the truth knows his answer. So I kind of don't even want to. I know you're going to put it in the chat. I know your Patriarch knows. I'm sure Mommy Mariam knows. But these new brothers and sisters learn something, right? You young brothers and sisters learn something. Okay, Sister Manaima. This sister knows something too. The ability to accomplish anything. You're right on. You're on the right track. You're on the right track. You're walking me down the street. Now bring me home. What does it mean for us, mankind, to be made in the image of the powers, to have the image, the likeness of the powers? What does that mean? I'm giving everyone a second to answer. Kakam, you don't answer. Don't answer yet. I'm going to wait until I see more comments. I ain't going to say nothing. Now, go ahead, sis. If you go ahead, Sister Yapashiar. If Sister Yapashiar, if you want to answer, go ahead. Right? What does that mean? I know she probably know the whole breakdown of the whole goddamn Bible. Her husband is teaching her breakdowns on breakdowns. I know you know Yapashiar, but anyone can answer. Right? The image of the Most High, the likeness of the Most High. What does that mean to be created in the Most High's image? What does that mean? Connection to God. How are we connected to God? If we're created in his image, this isn't the correct answer, La'ah, Sister Mana'ima, but I would like to know, what is our connection to God? Meaning, in this context, we're created in his image and in his likeness. So what does that mean? Now, don't let Sister Mana'ima be the only person in this class answer. Somebody else. I see we got plenty of viewers on here to answer. I don't see but 2 people talking. I'm gonna give you about 30 more seconds, and then I'm gonna give it to Kakam. Kakam, if you don't know, then I'm gonna answer and break it down. All right. Okay. No, La'ah, sis. Receive instructions, La'ah. Right. That's not the correct answer. Let me ask you this, Mana'ima. Let me get your brain working. Okay. Not working. I'm sorry. Let me get your brain to think. Let me get it thinking. All right. Remember, after it says, let me go to it. After it says, let us make man in our image after our likeness, it also says, let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over the cattle and over all the earth. How is receiving instructions giving you dominion over animals? What difference would that make to a lion or to a hyena or to a bear? You show a lion instruction that you receive instructions. How is that going to subdue the lion? How is that going to subdue the hyenas? How is that going to subdue the sharks and the trees? How is that going to subdue the fowl of the air and the cattle and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth? How is receiving instructions how is that going to give us dominion over everything, Sister Mana'ima? Right? And that's where you want to go with it. Right? That's where you got to go with it, because that's going to explain what image and likeness is. Everyone understand? Sister Mami Mariam said we were given wisdom. Yes, we were given wisdom. That's the absolute truth. The sister says to conquer. Okay, Sister Mami Mariam says, Salakia, let me not skip over. So we were given wisdom. I'm going to come back to that. And I see this comment too, Sister Mami Mariam, to know what to eat and not to eat, how to hunt, how to survive. To the sister's point, she says to conquer, right? How are we going to conquer? Which is what dominion is, to conquer. So how do we have dominion? How are we going to conquer the earth? How does that happen? How do you subdue a lion? How do you subdue a hyena and eagles? How are you able to put them in their place? How are you able to have dominion over everything? With what? With the image and the likeness of the Most High. So what is his image and his likeness? Having the Lord's image, having the Most High's image and his likeness, what is that? Now, this is what you're going to need for that. Right? As I just broke down about subduing the animals, a part of that too could come. Think about what someone's image is today. Think about what their likeness is today. Right? We got a few more seconds. I want to see if the sister Mana'ima gonna get this, because I got faith in the sister. I believe she's walking down that street. She just got to take us home. All right, conquer. And if you don't know, sis, there's no sweat. There's no sweat. There's no sweat at all. All right. How is that going to give us the ability to conquer? His image and his likeness. Give the sister a hand. That is the perfect word. The sister Mariam said wisdom, which is also great. She says to know what to eat and not eat, how to hunt, how to survive. These are good answers. That's perfect. These are perfect answers. But this is the perfect word. Give Sister Mana'ima a hand. I knew the sister could get it out. I absolutely knew she can get it, Kakon. Give her a hand, right? Intelligence. To be more scientific, sentientness, right? To be sentient. Intelligence is the image and the likeness of the Most High, his wisdom, right? Intelligence. That's how we're able to go from crawling around on the ground eating whatever we can to, we know we have something a dog doesn't have, a cat doesn't have, birds don't have, right? To be sentient is, I know, Kakum, that I can't eat this pig. A dog is just going to eat the pig. A dog doesn't have the intelligence to say, you know what, I can't eat this pig. I can't eat this shrimp. I can't eat this crab and lobster, right? That's not what a dog is going to do, because he wasn't designed that way. The cats and the dogs and the animals, they weren't created in the image and likeness of the Most High. Human beings were. We have the intelligence and the sentientness to be able to choose and pick what we're able to do. That gives you dominion over all living things, because now, instead of eating the horse, you know, I can ride the horse and I can eat this cow. Instead of walking 5,000 miles, I can ride this mule, this donkey, this horse, and not eat them like the Chinese did, right? I can simply go and I can ride them, and it can take me to cleaner food. I don't have to eat this clam, this slimy, disgusting looking thing that floats around in the ocean like shrimp and crab and lobster. I could go and get a fish with scales. How do I even know what scales are if I'm a dog or a cat? You think a cat cares what type of fish? A cat is going to eat tuna like there is no tomorrow. Cats love tuna fish. As a human being, I know that's a slimy, non-scalinated fish. I have to go and grab the fish with scales and with fins, not tuna, not shark, right? I can't just eat anything. That gives me dominion over everything, the way the Most High God has dominion over everything. He has that same intelligence. We're created in his image and his likeness, Kakum Gabar. You understand now? That's what that is. That's what that is. Now keep going.
Verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them.
There you go. Now give me, I think I sent it to you. Let me see if I sent you that scripture. Hold on. Now give me I didn't send it to you, but give me Genesis, where Adam and Eve made an excuse to the Most High God. Well, he asked Adam and Eve, where have they been? Give me that scripture real quick.
And if I could, when it comes down to the image, isn't that also like the reputation of the Most High?
Let me, if I may, that's a good question. In this context, yes, image and likeness is your reputation, which is what I was walking everybody into, is the reputation of the Lord. But in this context, it is intelligence. Right? If I create my son and my son has my image and my likeness, yes, he has my reputation, but he has something that the other kids don't have. Do you understand? Anybody can have reputation. That is not going to conquer the lions and the hyenas. His reputation of being intelligent, of having intelligence and being sentient, sure, yeah, you can go down that path. But in this context, whenever brothers and sisters are coming out of the world and they're reading the scripture, they have to know that likeness in our image is speaking about the Most High God's intelligence, his wisdom. That is giving us the ability to conquer the earth. You remember that question, 100 men versus one bear? Was it a bear, a gorilla? 100 men versus a gorilla? If I have the reputation of the Most High God, how is that going to help me conquer this hyena or this bear or this gorilla? How is that going to help me have dominion over the gorilla? It does not. It does not. Intelligence, sentientness, that gives me the ability to conquer this gorilla. But to answer your question, to answer the brother's question, yes, image and likeness is your reputation. That's literally what it is in legal jargon in America. When you sign something and a company owns your image and likeness, they own your propriety. I think that's what it is. That is what that is. They're owning you, essentially. You're giving a corporation, like so many basketball players, so many football players, professional sports and athletes, they're giving Nike and Adidas and Reebok the ability to own themselves. You're literally signing your life over on a sheet of paper that says, I give you the ability to own me. because I say that you can own my image and my likeness. So my reputation, which is the reason why I could come, whenever some black ball player speaks out against the injustices of blacks and Hispanics, the company could say, we're going to drop you from our brand because this doesn't represent our image. Because you have the image of Nike now. You have the image of Reebok now. You have the image of Adidas now. So you can't say what you want to say. You have to say what Adidas wants you to say. You have to say what Reebok and Nike want you to say. Well, it's the same thing with us, Salakia. It's the same thing with human beings. It's the same thing with the children of Israel in specific. You are supposed to have the reputation of the Most High God. You're supposed to do what he does, say what he would say, behave the way he wants you to behave, because you signed over your image and likeness to the Lord. You've given up your free will, or Salaki, your freedom. You've given up your freedom and any liberty that you may have to do what you want to do so that you can be like him. And when I say be like him, I don't mean you're literally going to be like the Most High God, but you will have his wisdom. The wisdom to not have sex with any whore slut. The wisdom to raise a family. The wisdom to raise your family the way God wants you to raise your family. That is his image. That is his reputation. Could come. Do you understand?
Yeah, cut over cut.
You understand? Okay, Most High Christ. Give me Adam and Eve. Give me when they were ashamed. Give me that, please. When Adam and Eve was ashamed, give me when they were ashamed after they disobeyed the Most High God. The Lord told Adam, don't eat of every tree. Don't you do it. I've created this garden for those of you who don't know as well. And you remember, we have to assume that our people don't know could come. So you always want to break something down nice and flat, right? The Garden of Eden is the Middle East, which is why it's called a garden, because everything grows in it. So you take all of those stands over those countries with the last 4 letters of stand over in the Middle East: Afghanistan, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Iraq. Those countries bordered by the 4 rivers in Genesis, that's the Garden of Eden, what historians a long time ago called the Fertile Crescent. That's where life started. It's where Jerusalem is. It's where Israel is. It's the Garden of Eden. And in that garden, there was everything. Although Adam ran the planet Earth, at this time, Earth was in one location. One location. It wasn't America. I'm not saying America didn't exist, but there weren't people over here, right? When Adam was created, there weren't people everywhere. It was in one centralized location in the earth, the area where life started. And he was given dominion over everything. He ruled the planet Earth, and they lived in the garden. They lived in the Middle East. They lived in the Fertile Crescent, where they grew everything: tomatoes, potatoes, all dates. Brother, the Middle East has some of the most finest, delicate, and specialty crops in the world, more than California, probably. The Middle East is like California, right? I think a third of America's specialty crop grows in California. The pistachios, the almonds, the cranberries, the dates, all of those specialty crops that aren't corn, oats, barley, that's grown in a place like California. Guess what? The Middle East, the Garden of Eden, was like California. It was just full of any animal that's clean you wanted, right? The cattle, the ox, buffalo. I mean, it was just amazing. It was amazing. You had everything you wanted. The fruits, the apples, the oranges, the cranberries, the whatever grows over there, that's what they grew. And it was everything. That's why it's called a garden. The Garden of Eden, everything grew. You understand? It was fertile land, which is why it's called the Fertile Crescent, because it was just, imagine owning land could come. Like so many of our people want to get our land back here in America in the South. Imagine owning a farm where you can grow whatever you want to grow. You can grow any fruits that you've never seen before. Forget watermelon and bananas. Japan has some of the most different types of fruit you've ever seen. They got grapes the size of this computer screen, and I'm not making it up. They got grapes that are $400 per grape because of how big they are in Japan. You can look this up. They're just bananas. Have you ever heard of something called Banana Republic to come? Has anyone ever heard of the Banana Republic? It's a clothing store now, but that's an actual political phrase, Banana Republic. It's the reason why 90% of the world eats the same banana. Show me a picture here. I'll pull up a picture. Look up the Cavendish banana. Cavendish banana. Let me show you a picture. Everyone, you can go to your room. Go to your room. Go to your not room. Go to your kitchen. What screen do I gotta stop? Okay, here we go. Go to your kitchen and look at the bananas in your kitchen. This banana right here is called a Cavendish banana. It's named after a British inventor or botanist named Cavendish. The reason that 90% of the world is only ever going to eat this type of banana is because the white man in America, the white politicians in the 1800s went down to Central and South America and they monopolized the banana business. It's where the term banana boat comes from. It's the reason why bananas are advertised the way they are to go. They're good for breakfast. They're good for this. They have so many benefits. If you're old enough, if you're an old enough Judite, you would see your grandmother put bananas in her cornflakes. That was a method. That was a advertising tool to get those white politicians that much money that they made off of oppressing the Central and South American brothers and sisters from growing these bananas. It's the same thing that Dole industry does to the Hawaiians with the pineapples. It's the same thing that the white men in America did with the banana. That's why the only banana you're ever going to get in America is the Cavendish banana. There is no more bananas. Now, does that mean that there are no other strain of banana on the earth? No, that's not true. There are other different types of bananas. You can look them up. I won't do it now for time's sake. Excuse me. You can look it up. There's different types, colorful bananas that's pink and orange and just different kinds. The sister said, I used to eat banana in my cornflakes. Do you know why you used to eat bananas in your cornflakes, sis? Because before you even born, back in the 1930s, there was an advertisement that used to play. I'm sorry, the 1950s. There was an advertisement that used to play on the TV screen, and it was a girl. It was a banana girl, and she was called something banana. I forget the name of this. Banana. Say it again, Kakam.
Wasn't it Chiquita Banana?
Yes, give him a hand. Chiquita Banana. Give him a hand. You an old man, Kakam. Goddamn, Mike. Chiquita Banana. Listen, Chiquita is Spanish for little girl. Like, you ever heard I.S.U.P.K say chiquitita? That's a young girl. So it's the South American, it's a play on the South American oppression of bananas, of the banana monopoly, right? Which is where the term Banana Republic comes from, or the banana boat. That's the reason why whenever in Cuba, the Cubans and the Haitians or the Puerto Ricans in the 60s under Fidel Castro and under the president of JFK, whenever they would come to the state of Florida, they would call the boat that they stepped off of the banana boat, because Central and South America are infamous for picking bananas, growing bananas, because America and the oppressors from America in the 1850s or 70s, they went down there and they oppressed those brothers and sisters to grow bananas. They oppressed them so much, Kakam, that instead of getting paid actual currency, they got paid vouchers of bananas. So if you work they work 7 days a week, 14 hours a day, every single day. And you would get paid at the end of the week with a voucher, a food voucher that says you can buy this much food this week. And you wonder why the cartels and the gangs of Central and South America are so bad, or where they come from. They come from the oppression of the Central and South American people by the American government. The American government created the crime in Central and South America. They literally destabilized their economy with the growth of bananas. And that's what a banana republic is. That's a banana republic. That's why you used to eat bananas in your cornflakes. That's the reason why. The chiquitita, yeah, they played those commercials. they advertised and used propaganda to get American. That's the reason. That's where banana pudding comes from. Those old home. What do you want to call them? Women that stay at-home moms. They would make banana pudding. Why? Because there was a commercial of Chiquita banana. They used to come on and say, "Try this new recipe. Put bananas in your cornflakes. Put bananas in your oats. Eat bananas. Eat more bananas." The homemakers, they would show that to these white housewives, and they created banana pudding. And they would just make things with banana flavor this, banana flavor that. That was at the expense of our brothers and sisters from Central and South America. That's why you can only find the Cavendish. Well, listen, could come in the Garden of Eden, there were thousands of different bananas, thousands of different apples, thousands of different oranges, different kinds of different fruits and vegetables that we haven't even seen before, because our oppressor is the devil. That's why the Garden of Eden is called the Garden of Eden. And the Lord told Adam and Eve, you can eat of this fruit, meaning this is your culture. This you can do. This you can do. This you cannot do. You can't eat of the other fruit of the other trees. Leave that East Indian tree alone. Leave that Arab tree alone. Leave that European tree alone. This you can partake of. Now, give me in the Bible, after they committed the sin, give me what they told the Most High God could come.
Yeah, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 9. We could just start there, I guess, for context. Showing it.
So, like, I got to add it to the stage. There you go. You should be good now.
It says, and the Lord and the Most High, our power, called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. Verse
Keep going now.
Verse 11. And he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? Verse 12. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to me to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Read that part again, Kakam.
Verse 12. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree.
So listen, the Most High God is asking Adam, who told you you were naked? Who told you were naked? Has thou eaten of this tree? When they say naked, for all you Christians out there, this isn't the Most High God saying that they didn't have any clothes on. You freaks. Christians are a bunch of freaks. You are a sexual deviant, you Christians. You think that everything is. That's why the white man painted an image. You ever see that image of the white God? He's naked, and then he's touching a naked white man that's supposed to be Adam. Like, the white man is just a freak. He's a goddamn sexual deviant 24/7. The Bible is not encouraging your deviancy, your lasciviousness. That's not the Bible. The Bible is practical, white man. The Bible is practical, you freaking you Christian freaks. That's what they are. They're Christian freaks. The Bible isn't supporting your Christian freakazoidism. You're a goddamn Christian freakazoids, a bunch of sexual deviants. The Christians are. They weren't naked, literally. This is a expression that is called Black slang, Hispanic slang, Native Indian slang. It's how we talk. And we weren't literally no clothes on, you Christian freak. We had clothes, but we were naked because we were ashamed of disobeying our God. We were ashamed. And the Most High God is saying, why are you ashamed? Why are you naked? Why? Oh, I know why. You're only ashamed when you do something wrong. Did you do something wrong, Adam? He said, read that part again. Has thou eaten of the tree? Read that again. This is the response of the Most High.
Kana Makan. In the middle of verse 11. Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And if I could, Baba Kashab,
Please go ahead.
Put it in some layman, like today's terms. So, you know, like in the hood or whatnot, you know, a brother might go into the, like in an environment where he might need to be armed or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He'll say, man, I'm naked. You know what I mean? I ain't got it on me. I'm naked. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the same exact context, but it's the idea of how we speak in that figure of speech. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you read the Bible, you definitely gotta understand that it's written by niggas, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Well, we speak poetically. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
So
Well
just like
said.
where it says a serpent, does that mean it's a literal serpent? Nah. Just like when you call your man, for the ladies out there, when you was in the world, you called your man a dog. Did that mean he was a literal dog?
Right.
You know, or the police, the pigs, are they literal pigs? You know, et cetera, et cetera. I yield.
Most High in Christ. Damn right. Salakia, before I have you read that again, it's a brother in here, my Aisha. Shalom, mighty man. Was it that the knowledge was following nations? Yes. Not just following nations, my Aisha. It was putting on the culture of the other nations. You ever seen Malcolm X? You ever seen the Nation of Islam? A group full of black men who are pretending to be Arab Muslims. That's eating the fruit of the other trees. Having knowledge of what the other nations are doing isn't a sin. That's not what the eating of the fruit is. Eating the fruit is like the fruit of Islam. It's being another people. God doesn't want you to be another people. That's the problem with the Christian church. That's the problem with Jamal Bryant and Dr. King. You are attempting to be white men. That's why you have to wear the suit and shave your beard, because you have to look white. You have to be white Christians. You got to be with your oppressor. You got to celebrate his days. You got to serve his God. This is what my people don't understand, my Shia. This is what our people don't understand. When you take on another culture, you are taking on that culture's God. The Bible says that every race of people have their own God. The Arabs have their God. The East Indians have their God. The white man has his gods. The Africans, the East Indian, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Filipinos, they have their own God. They have their own language, and they have their own culture. Here's the good news, black man. So do you. You do too. You have your own God, your own culture, your own language, your own people, your own history. You don't have to be proud of another person's race or people's history. Let them be proud of their culture. Let the Chinese bask in the glory of Genghis Khan. Let the white man bask in the glory of Jupiter and Saturn. Let them bask in the glory of Thor, of Alexander the Great, of Philip the Macedonian, of the Parthenon, of the Colosseum. Let them bask in the Greek language with their gods of Jupiter and Janus and Februa and Maya. Let them be proud of their people and their culture. Let the Arab be proud of the caliphate. Let them be proud of the fact that their people are damn near the only people who defeated Genghis Khan. When Genghis Khan sent Kublai Khan into the street, at the gates of Afghanistan, the Afghans at that time, the Arabs, the Ishmaelites, they were able to defend their homeland and to send Genghis Khan's army packing. They sent them on the retreat, on the run, because of one Arab named Baybars, who was he wasn't a caliphate. What was Baybars? He had a cataract. He was blinded from birth with a cataract. One blinded man with a cataract defeated the greatest general of the Chinese that ever lived, Genghis Khan. Let the Arabs be proud of Baybars, right? Who do we have to be proud of? We have to be proud of King David, of the greatest black man that ever walked the face, the greatest man to ever walk the face of the earth, Jesus Christ. We have to be proud of the Hebrew language and the Lashawan Kodash. We have to be proud of the fact that we are the chosen people of God.
God didn't
Right.
want Adam and Eve to bask in the glory and put on the culture of the other races of people. He wants us to glorify our people, our language,
Right.
our culture, our land, our people, his name. Yeah, Shalakia, Yeshua, Yasha, Salakia, Shema, Yasha Allah, Shema, Yasha Allah, Allah, Haya, Nawa, Yahweh, Akkad. That's what we have to be proud of. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one God. That's what we have to be proud of. The fringes in our culture and how fly we are, and the shield, the Magun Dawadah. How our kingdom and our king at one time, King David, he defeated armies of men that were up to 14 million people at one time. We have history to be proud of. We have culture and language to be proud of. We have a history that we are the most creative people to ever walk the face of the earth. Of people who invent, who create, who don't destroy, who don't tear down, but that builds and creates and innovates. That's what we have to be proud of. The Lord wants us to take pride in our race of being
That's
Black,
right.
Hispanic, and Native Indian, of being an Israelite, of being the sons, the princes of the power. What did Adam want to do? Adam and Eve, what did Eve want to do? She wanted to give all of her culture, heritage, and lineage up to be like the East Indian women, to be like the Arabs, to be like the goddamn stinking Africans and the Europeans. Why? Because she was deceived. I'm getting my damn words mixed up. I was about to say beseeched because she was deceived. Goddamn, I can't talk. What's going on? Because she was deceived. Eve was deceived by a white man. The Bible called him a serpent. And he deceived our sister Eve, and she got her husband because he was weak under his woman, like a lot of our brothers are. He was weak under his woman. She got him to sin with her. Ain't that what your woman does? And listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that's so righteous about a woman. A good woman will absolutely influence her husband, because bad women influence their husbands every day. Good women can absolutely influence their husband to do good. I don't know if women know the power of the vagina. The power of the vagina is an amazing power. It's an amazing power. Women can control and rule the world if they wanted to. Worlds, lands fall because of women. Because of women. Remember that. The power vagina is amazing. It's excellent in every generation, including Eve's. Including Eve. She had a wonderful vagina. How do I know? Because she was able to convince her husband to do something that the Most High God told him not to do. And let that be a lesson to you sisters. Listen, you got a husband, you want him to come into the truth? Yeah, you know exactly what you can do to convince him. I don't think I got to tell women how to use that. Listen, you got something the Lord gave you, sis, and it is amazing. You can have presidents fall. Damn, Bill Clinton was impeached because of vagina. Men who rule the world fall because of women. Look at King David. Vagina, women don't know this could come. Vagina is amazing. It's, my God, it's excellent. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's everything beautiful in life. Adam, he was weak under that tail lock. He was like so many brothers. He was weak under that vagina. And because he was weak under his woman, she wanted to sin. She wanted to be deceived, and she was able to beguile him too. And so now the Most High is at their doorstep. Now the Most High, he's asking these questions. He's asking these questions, and he's asking them, well, why the hell are you, who told you you were naked? Who told you were naked? You did something you had no business doing. You did something you had no business doing. Let's keep going. And hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, what did the man say, Kakum Gabar?
And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave of the tree. She gave me of the tree, and I did eat.
Did Kakum Gabar, did Adam, did he say, you know what, oh Lord, I messed up. I listened to my woman and I shouldn't have. My wife, she told me that she
wanted me to eat this fruit or this tree. I'm sorry, to eat the fruit of the tree, to eat these from these other trees that you ordered me not to. And I listened to her. I made a mistake, oh Lord. I made a mistake. Salakia. I apologize. It will never happen again. Did he say that could come?
He definitely did not take accountability.
What did he do?
He shifted the blame.
He did what?
He shifted the blame.
And listen, what did JD Vance do earlier that we just saw?
He didn't take accountability either. He shifted the blame.
What did Donald Trump do when all of these farmers are begging him for subsidies because Donald Trump's stupid, silly policies of tariffs are causing the farmers in America to go bankrupt and lose their farms? What did Donald Trump do?
Did not take accountability.
What do white people do whenever we tell them that black people were slaves and that we deserve justice? What do white people do?
Not take accountability.
Listen out, there's a trend that's going on in mankind that the Lord does not like. He's not pleased with. Let me tell you what a man does, a woman too. You take accountability. The sister said lie. Oh, she ain't talking about Adam and Eve. She's talking about the white man. Damn right, sis. Damn right. Shift the blame. They lie. Damn right, sis. She talking about the white man. Okay. I was going to say Adam didn't lie. He was absolutely right. It was this woman you gave me. That's what he told the Most High. But instead of him telling the Lord, instead of him shifting blame to someone else, he should have just took the blame for himself, because that's what a man does. Woman, that's right. What a woman does. You're an adult woman. You are accountable for your actions. You got 5 baby daddies, 7 baby daddies. It's not the man's fault that you can't find a good man. It's your fault that you have sex with every man that smiles in your face. You are the reason for your problems. You are. You're the problem. You want to know what the problem in your life is? It's you, because you don't take accountability for your actions. You shift the blame to your children. You shift the blame to your trauma. How many years are you going to give that child molester rule over your life? Were you molested as a little girl? Yes, you were. Were you molested as a little boy? Yes, you were. Who hasn't been molested? Me and this brother has a lecture you can see in the back. How to stop child molestation. Not a lecture, a class, a 4-part class that's coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to teach you how to stop child molestation. In the meantime, were you molested? Yes. Was it a terrible thing that should have never happened? Yes. And my heart goes out to every brother and sister that's been abused or molested when they were young or as an adult. But how long are you going to use that on why you can't do anything? You're not 7 anymore. You're not 10 anymore. You're 45. You're 45 years old now. Are you going to give that child molester rule over your life because your daddy left you? Brother, are you kidding me? That's black man's excuse. At least it was when I was a kid. Could come. Why are you performing terribly in school? Because I don't have no daddy. Nigga, you're 35 years old now. You are daddy. Are you going to continue to use your father not being at home as the reason why you can't accomplish anything? In the I.S.U.P.K, we are staunch supporters of triumph, staunch supporters of achieving and accomplishing goals, going to college and being a doctor, going to law school like Captain Aryat being a lawyer, going to be an engineer like Officer Bunn up in headquarters in Philly. I'm sorry. We are staunch supporters of going out and achieving things and becoming someone and doing great things in the name of Christ. We are proponents of that. We're pushing you to go do great. How, when you can't even take accountability for your life? You are responsible for yourself. You are. So you have to be able to admit, I had no business giving him no tail. I should have just stayed celibate. These sisters out here that say they celibate are giving more tail than a little bit could come. They say that they don't have sex, that they got 5. Now listen, she don't have sex, but she does have 7 kids. She's got 12 kids by 15 different men, but now she's celibate. Bitch, you should have been celibate the first child. The first child, you should have never gave up anything. But I get it. I was molested. I'm stupid. I had no business doing this. So when are you ever going to learn? Precept, never, ever, always learning, never able to come into the truth. Are you going to always be learning from stupid mistakes you made? When do you grow up? You're 50. Give up the rap dream. You're not going to be a rapper. You're not going to be a basketball player at 26. You're 28 years old. You're not going to play in the professional, and you're not going to play in the NFL. You are never going to be a professional athlete. You're never going to be a singer or a dancer or a Beyonce. You're never going to be Jay-Z or NBA Youngboy. Stop rapping. Stop going and trying to be a goddamn basketball player or NFL player. It's never going to happen. Start being realistic about your life and take some goddamn accountability for what you've done in your life. Not for your baby daddies, what they've done. Not for your mother and father, what they've done to you. Not your child molester for what he done to you. You have to grow up and realize all that happened to me. And it happened to me because I am a weapon of war. So now let me go out and fight my battles like I'm supposed to. Let me go out and take some goddamn accountability. I'm a goddamn, a tool of war, not a weapon of war. I'm a tool of war by the Most High God. That's the reason why he gave me all of these goddamn battles like everyone else has to fight. Everyone has to fight their own battles. You think you're the only person to go through what you went through? You are not. And you went through that because life is about war. That's the condition of this life. That's the condition of this battle. Right. You have to fight it. What are you going to rest on your leaves and say, I'll just get high and smoke weed until the day I die? I'll just be a drunkard. I'll just be a goddamn whore and let men pay my bills as long as I give them what they want. Your life doesn't have to be that way. You can take some accountability for your life and say, I'm the problem. I'm the reason why my children are stupid as hell. I'm the reason why my kids are in 8th grade, but they can only read on a 3rd grade reading level. Your child don't need no goddamn IEP. Your kid doesn't know math. And they're in 9th grade. You are the reason your child doesn't know math. They're not retarded. They're not stupid. They don't need an IEP. You're a lazy, stupid ass parent who cares more about having sex than you do taking care of your children and raising your children. That's taking accountability, could come. That's what it means to take accountability. My child is stupid as hell. I'm the reason they're stupid as hell. My child can't read and he's 15 years old. I'm the reason my child can't read. I'm living in Section 8 on welfare. I'm the reason why I'm living on Section 8 and welfare. Don't be like white people and give and pass the buck. You had something you wanted to say, Kakam?
Yeah, no, I feel like it just real quick. There's a little meme that's been going around or something that where it says that don't be mad because your kid's favorite color is 5.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Listen, that's it's an epidemic. Do you know what the national literacy rate is? It's 4th grade. The average American reads on a 4th grade reading level.
Right. Yeah,
brother, let that blow your goddamn mind up. That is ridiculous. And they only read on the 4th grade reading level because you say, here's the tablet. From the moment they wake up, here's your tablet. Go watch Blippi. Go watch go let somebody else raise your kids. That's what people do. Parents don't raise their kids. They let someone else raise their kids. All you Black and Hispanic single moms, all you Black and Hispanic fathers. You don't raise your kids. You let someone else raise your kids. How do I know? Because they can't read. The national literacy rate is 4th grade, meaning you are giving someone else to raise your child instead of you taking accountability and saying, I'm a parent now. I can't go to the effing club every weekend. I can't have fun anymore. I can't do what I want to do because someone else is depending on me. Let me tell you something about white people, brother. There was a president from right here in Kansas City, Missouri, named Harry S. Truman. And he developed this. He didn't develop this phrase. He was famous for using the phrase, the buck stops here. That's an adult. That's a hunting metaphor, which means what? When you go hunting, Kakun, we going hunting. I'm taking you and Tazan. We going hunting next year. We going hunting. We going to go out there and get some damn bird dogs, and we going to go quail hunting. And we also going to go deer hunting next year. That's our goal for next year. We're going to have we're going to call it the hunting brotherhood trip. We're going to let that be a fishing tool for all of these brothers that's out there in the country. You think we can't identify with country brothers? You niggas that's living in the country need to come into the truth too. We got something for you brothers in the country. We're going to go to these trail rides next year, the rodeos, and we're going hunting. The buck stops here is a hunting metaphor. The buck is a male deer, a male elk, and they're a buck. When you go hunting, if the buck enters your line of sight, it's your job as a hunter to do what? You could either kill him because he's a 12 point, or you can pass him up. You can let him pass. That's passing the buck. So now the buck is entering. You know, as a hunter, you got to be. Hold on now, Kakam. I don't know if we're gonna be able to take a lot of these brothers hunting now. Some of these brothers can't shut their goddamn mouth. I ain't talking about brothers in the school, of course. Some of these brothers talk like women could come. They just yap, 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 yap all day and night. Part of hunting, you got to shut the hell up. You can't talk. Right. You got to whisper silently. Why? Because any noise is going to startle that buck. So first and foremost, you got to shut the hell up. Then you look at this buck. He's entering into your line of sight. Now, if he's some old 6-point buck, you don't have to kill that little scrawny fella. You understand? You can let that thing go. That's passing the buck. If it's a 12-point, the buck stops here. That metaphor means what? What does that mean? That instead of passing off blame, passing responsibility to the next person, like the Christian church does, like your religious black leaders do, they pass the buck. Your politicians pass the buck. What we have a problem that's in our sight of you? I'm going to pass it to the next person. Here's a problem. We got financial problems in our household. My children are stupid as hell and can't read on their reading level, on their grade level. What am I going to do? I'm going to let Miss Monica raise them. I'm going to let Miss Monica teach them how to read. I'm going to let Miss Rachel teach them how to read. You're passing the buck. All you're doing is passing the problem. I have what's issues that, what are problems that a lot of women say they have, modern women say they have? They say that they're emotionally unstable. I'm an emotionally unstable bitch because I was molested at 7 years old. I'm going to just pass that along. I won't deal with my problems. I will just go from man to man to man. I'm a terrible mother. Some women can't accept the fact that they're terrible mothers could come. Some men can accept the fact that they're terrible fathers. Instead of working on themselves, what are they going to do? They're going to pass the buck. They're going to just keep passing their problems along, instead of looking at problem dead on and say, I'm taking this problem out. The buck stops here. The buck stops here. Don't pass these things along. You know what the problem is in your life. You know what you deal with. If you don't know, get counsel. If you do know, get counsel. And you solve your problem like an adult. You don't let it just keep going. You don't put blame on someone else. I'm this way because I'm a Sagittarius. I'm this way because I'm a Cancer. Because my daddy wasn't in my life. Because I got abandonment issues. My daddy don't want me. Well, who the hell gives a damn? You're an adult now. You're not 15 and 12 anymore. You're a big girl, aren't you? Aren't you a big boy? You have to be an adult. You have to be an adult. I'm going to come to you in 1 second, Kakam. You can't keep passing the buck and ruining children's lives, ruining people's lives the way the white man does. That's why there is no peace over in the Middle East, because the white man can't take accountability for his actions. He can't take accountability for his actions. He doesn't want to look at what he's done face to face. He's got to, oh no, I never owned slaves. My family never owned slaves. Because you don't want to, the buck stops here. You know what? When is a white man going to be like John Brown, who was the greatest white man to ever live, if you ask me? When is a white man going to be like John Brown and say, man, I'm a white man, I'm a white woman, and my people have done terrible things in this earth since Philip of Macedonia. It's time that my people pay for what they've done. Instead of us being cruel to black people, instead of us being cruel to Hispanics and Native Indians, it's high time to help them. It's high time to give back what was stolen. It's high time to give them their identity back, give them their land back, give them their language back. When is a white man going to ever be like that, Kakam? I keep hearing all talk about good white people, but I've never met John Brown. I've never met John Brown. Go ahead. You had something you wanted to say, Kakam?
No, I mean, actually, hey, listen, you hit, as soon as I raised my hand, you took it right out of my mouth. I was gonna say, I was really gonna put it as a question: is that people, so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans passing the buck? Would you say that was learned behavior? Like it was like a rhetorical question between me and you, but a question for the audience: is that learned behavior from our oppressor? And you pretty much said you hit it right on the head. You know what I'm saying? So what you was bringing out was heavy, and yeah, I yield. That's pretty much it.
Damn right.
That's definitely learned behavior. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely could come. Go ahead. No, finish what you were saying. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, you know, we could go back as far as learning from our oppressor to the fact of being what they call buck breaking and all that. You know what I mean? And our women following after that trend. You know what I'm saying? Because we never really got a chance to lead our women in totality like we really, really want to, like we need to. You know what I'm saying? But the buck stops here, you know, right here in the U.P.K. You know what I'm saying? So this is where the home of the truth is, and that's where it needs to be. So all the women who don't have a man in the U.P.K, hey, like you said, get counseling. We all know that there might have been trauma or whatnot, and you know, and you feel like there's no hope, but hey, get counseling, stay in class, and you know what? We will definitely break the chain.
Damn right. Damn right. Damn right, mighty man. Give could come a hand, brother. Listen, that is absolute learned behavior, brother. It comes from our oppressor, because what have we seen them do for years? What have we seen them do for years? They pass the buck all the goddamn time. All the time. That's what we watch J.D. Vance just do. Oh, what are these? A bunch of Republican young kids just making the air the kids do. It's just kids being kids. That's him just saying, man, F these niggas and these. Who cares? That's what J.D. Vance is pretty much saying. Oh, it's okay. He's making excuses. That's another thing you don't ever want to do. You don't ever want to make excuses for your action. That's a bad trait to have. Going into reputation, we got about 5 more minutes of class and we're going to end it. Don't tarnish your reputation. How do you tarnish your reputation? By not being someone who takes accountability. People don't want to be around people who are always making excuses for their actions. Well, I'm this way because, bitch, I don't care why you're this way. Fix it. What the hell are you telling me? Well, I gotta I disrespect people with my mouth. I call people out their names because I was abused as a kid. I'm about to abuse you as an adult if you keep talking to me like that. You have to be an adult and grow the hell up. You can't be someone who's an adult now and just make excuses for your actions. You have to take accountability for what you've done. Don't be like your oppressor and pass the buck. Don't be like your oppressor and pass blame for why they've done what they've done. You have to be like George Washington. I think George Washington said this. It wasn't Andrew Jackson. It had to be George Washington. He said, if there is a God, then we white people are going to pay for what we've done. If there is, he said it meaning what? He said, if there is a God, meaning what? He didn't believe in the God of the Bible. That's another lesson that you need to learn about white people. They believe they are God.
Right.
They believe they are God. That's why they bombed the piss out of the Palestinians. That's why they bombed Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's why they enslaved you for 400 years and then say we didn't do nothing, because white people believe no one is going to hold them accountable for what they've done. But white people, brother, like George Washington, they begin to think about, but wait a second, if there is a God, we are going to have to pay for what we've done. We're going to have to pay for all of the trauma and all of the murder and stealing and looting and theft of every race on this earth. We're going to have to pay for our actions, right? If you are someone who wants a good reputation, give me Ecclesiasticus. Give me Ecclesiasticus chapter 41 and verse 13 could come. If you're someone who wants a good reputation, be someone who's known for taking accountability. General Hyman mentioned this before. He said a young brother, a soldier, officer who said, Salakia, it will never happen again. The brother who's checking you, the captain or general who's checking you, they're going to look at you differently now. They're going to say, oh, this is the man I'm dealing with. This brother, he don't make excuses. Why was you late to class? Oh, well, you know, sir, I had to do this. I had to do. I.S.U.P.K calls it dope jokes. I.S.U.P.K was in the world and he calls it dope jokes. You know, crackheads or someone that owes a drug dealer money and they always making excuses for why they can't pay their money. He calls that dope jokes. There's a lot of people who got dope jokes out. Oh, well, you know, Salaki, sir. I was gonna be at Sabbath service. I was gonna be in class, but you know, this happened. What the hell are we talking about? I didn't ask you for an excuse. Be here on time at camp, 12 p.m. Saturday. Well, you see, sir, I gotta pick up my kids. I gotta go do this. I gotta take care of my mom. What in the hell are we doing? Didn't you take an oath to be an officer in the UPK? Didn't you take an oath to be a trooper? Well, from that day forward, the only thing that matters in your life is the truth, is the work of the Lord. Not your mother, not your children, not your wives, not yourself. The truth is more important than everything else. It is your only wife, so you have to take care of her. You got to nourish her. You got to, nourish her. You got to take care like you would a physical woman. You take care of these physical brides who leaves you better than you take care of the truth. Something's wrong here. That's not right. That's backwards. You have to take accountability. Don't come with all those excuses. You know the type of brother I'm talking about. What's Salakia, sir? Why were you late putting this thing in? Didn't I tell you to do this by Tuesday at 7 a.m.? Well, you see, sir, at the slave got so busy, I just can't. What the hell are you talking about? What are you making excuses? You don't think I've ever been checked to come? I've been checking plenty of times, multiple times. Everybody's gonna get checked. But guess what? I'm a full-grown man. I don't say, oh, Salakia General, you know what? Salakia Captain Marquardt, you know what happened, sir? I got so busy at the slave. I would hope that he would take my rank away if I was to make excuses like I'm a trooper, like I was a young man. What in the hell are you talking about? You had got caught up at your slave. What in the F is a slave? What are you talking about, kids? What is that? You are an officer and a priest who took an oath. The only thing that matters or should matter in your life is the truth. You get checked, Salaki, I apologize. It will never happen again. That's someone who takes accountability. Both man and woman. Give me the scripture you got out.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 41 and verse 13.
Salaki, let there be a lesson to these sisters. I know sisters, they think I'm letting them off the hook this class. I ain't letting these sisters off the hook. You sisters that's married to these brothers, listen, you better take some accountability. Well, baby, you know I get upset around my cycle time when I'm on my cycle. You know why did you just say that to me? Why did you do this? Didn't I tell you not to? Listen, let me tell you some of my women now. They're not soldiers. Okay, women are not soldiers. So don't go into a marriage thinking you're married to a man. You're married to a woman. She's not going to listen to anything you tell her to do.
That's right.
Okay, if you're going into a marriage, just know she's not going to do anything you tell her to do. So you have to just learn to either you don't get married and you be a eunuch for the truth, or you have wives and you be a good husband and learn this bitch ain't gonna do nothing. I just told her not to do this. What happens? She did it anyway.
Right.
Listen, that's just part of being a right or wrong could come. That's part of being a husband. It ain't no sweat. She's not a soldier, but at the same time, sis, you better learn some accountability. You better say, oh, shit, I gave up my vagina to this man. I am his possession. He owns me. I am his property. He tells me what to do, and I have to submit my will for his will. The same way your husband has to submit his will for Commander General Yahanna's will, for the general or the captain he reports to will. You think that this is all my doing to do the things that I do as a camp leader? I take orders, and I do the order. That's it. Sis, you are supposed to be submissive to your husband. So what does that mean? You have to give up what you want to do. You want this Birkin bag. That's what you want. Your husband told you can't have the Birkin bag because it's going to cost too much money out of y'all's account. So what are you going to do? Get the Birkin bag anyway? The Bible says that you are to submit yourself unto your own husband, woman. So you have to say, although I hate the fact that my husband told me not to get this Birkin bag, I wanted to get that Costly Array. Give Costly Array a hand. I see them sisters blowing up Costly Array. Damn right. You brothers need to as well. Costly Array makes jewelry for brothers too. Here's one of them right here could come, if I may say so myself. It's a badass Dawadah. It's one of the best Dawadahs I've ever seen in my life. It's Costly Array made. Go to Costly Array. Costly array is the way. You sisters got them earrings. I see you, sis. You're getting them earrings. Go ahead now. Costly array. Damn right. Get that costly array. Grab it, buy it, get it. Passover's coming up. Hanukkah's coming up. The Southern Cookout is coming up in Houston, Texas. Get that costly array jewelry, man. It's affordable. It's beautiful. It's glorious, and it's wonderful. It's wonderfully made. Costly array. Well, listen. You want to buy that costly array. That's what your real won't come. She wants you to get $600 worth of costly array. Now, should you do it? Yes. Go ahead and get that costly array. Go ahead and purchase everything they got on their webpage. But y'all might be in a financial jam, come. So you tell your rib, not this week, baby. You got to wait until we get paid again, and then we can get $600 worth of costly array, $600 worth of 144 UK. And then she says, as much as I hate the fact that he don't want me to get this costly array this week, I got to wait 2 more weeks. Con out of one con, sir. Yes, sir. Don't be a stupid bitch and say, don't buy the costly array anyway when he told you not to. And then say, well, baby, you know I got a spending problem. I got a demon about spending because I used to watch my mama spend all the money. So now I got to spend all the money. You are a child. You're not a grown woman yet. A grown woman can take accountability and say, I spent that money that you told me not to spend because I'm a stupid bitch who doesn't listen. And I need to start listening. I need to get counsel on why I don't listen. That's right. That's letting the buck stops here. You understand? That's what that is. Okay? Read what you got, Kakun. Ima, she said she can't wait for her first Dawadah. Listen, sis, get on Costly Array's website and get that Dawadah from Costly Array, sis. They got beautiful women's Dawadahs, beautiful men's Dawadahs. It is absolutely affordable. It's reasonable priced, glorious. Look, I don't think they charge enough at Costly Array, if you ask me. If you ask me, I don't think they charge enough over at Costly Array, but hey, that's not my business. You understand? I think they should upcharge because them things they look better than Johnny Dang. You see this? Johnny Dang couldn't make nothing like this, Sister Mana Ima. That's an old glorious ass Dawadah there. Get that Dawadah from Costly Array, sis. If you go into that, you from the South, I know you say you from Tennessee, Sister Mana Ima. You know the Houston Cookout is coming up. That's another thing. Make sure y'all donate to this Houston Cookout. Send funds for the Houston Cookout. They got some wonderful things that's going on down there this year. Send funds to that GoFundMe. I'll post the GoFundMe in the link later. I'll post it on my page, on the I.S.U.P.K Kansas City's page. Let's donate to beautiful causes, to rightful causes. You understand? Right. Get this money to that Houston Cookout. I'm going to the Houston Cookout. I'm going. I want to experience a hell of a time. Man. I'm going to donate some money down there.
I knew you was going.
Oh, yeah. I'm going now. I'm going. And the sister says she can't wait for that first Dawadah. Well, listen, right on time, you go to Costly Array and you order that necklace now, sis. It'll be here before the Houston Cookout. That's another thing about Costly Array. They seem to get them packages out there on time. I think I waited they better than Amazon shipping could come. Did y'all know that? Costly Array is better than Amazon shipping. Amazon shipping promises same day delivery. Costly Array is like same hour delivery or something like that. Same hour delivery. You better get that Costly Array, man. Get it. Go ahead, sis. Damn right. Damn right, sis. Most High Christ. Get a sister hand.
That's right.
Is it shots fired? Boy. These sisters. Go ahead, Kakun. Read what you got.
I was wondering if you was gonna read that.
Oh, you saw it. Is it shots fired? Go ahead. Read what you got. I ain't paying that no mind, Kakun. Listen, the buck stops here, Kakun.
Yeah,
the buck stops here. Is it shots fired? The buck stops here, Kakun. Where can I tell my story? I see everybody gets to tell their story. I survived R. Kelly. I survived this. Where can I sign up for? I survived marrying a wife who loves to spend money on plants. They like to spend money on plants. All of my paycheck on plants. I've never known somebody to spend that much money on plants in my life. God damn, I survived. The buck stops here. I was hoping somebody caught that out. Go ahead, read what you got. And then we're gonna get on out of here.
Yeah, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 41, verse 13. It says, a good life hath but few days, but a good name endureth forever.
Listen, a good life hath but a few days. Everyone is going to die. You understand? Everyone's going to die. But what? Read that again. But a good name, what?
But a good name endureth forever.
So, like, I should have had it up on the screen. A good life hath but a few days, but a good name endureth forever. What does that mean? Cucumber Bar, let me ask you a question. Do you know who George Washington is?
Kind of one kind.
You know who George Washington is? How do you know who George Washington is? George Washington died. What year did George Washington die? In 1812? 1796? When did George Washington die? How do you know who George Washington is? You weren't alive when George Washington was alive?
Well, you know, he was the so-called founding father of America, as
And
they
so
would
how do
say.
you?
I wouldn't call it a good name, but you know, and for the
Well,
so-called white man.
History says he chopped down a cherry tree. He fought wars to get America. He's the founding father of America. How is it that you know who he is, but you don't know who your great-great-great-grandfather was?
Because of his reputation.
Because of his what?
Well, I was gonna say reputation, but that doesn't mean.
No, that's the answer. That's the perfect answer you could have only gave. Give him a hand. Why do I say that? Because although he is the oppressor and he's the devil the Bible speaks of, and history is written by the oppressor. Whoever is the oppressor at the time, they're going to write history who they want you to remember. But they had to have some type of reputation, whether good or bad, for you to even know their name.
Right.
And the Bible says this. The Bible says that a good life hath but a few days, but a good name endureth forever. I wasn't around living during the time Dr. King was alive. How the hell do I know who Dr. King and Malcolm X is? Because of their reputation. I'm not saying that these men I'm naming have good reputations. We know that they don't. We know Dr. King was a whore, or he wasn't a whoremonger, but he was a man that loved whores. Salakia. He wasn't a good man by any stretch of the imagination, right? Neither was Malcolm X. Neither was any other black leaders you name. I wasn't around during that time, but I know who they are because of their reputation. Brothers, sisters, let me tell you something about life. You could absolutely live forever, and you are going to live forever. It's because of your reputation based off the life that you live now. Based off the life, the work you do for the Most High is how you build a reputation with the Lord. The work you do for him. You understand? Now, you could be somebody who does nothing and just sins. You could be someone who just gets high all day. Guess what? That'll be your reputation when you die. And now you are someone who won't live forever. Or you could be someone like King David, Ezekiel, Isaiah, Moses, Joshua. You could be Caleb. How do we know these men? Did I live? I didn't live when they lived. How do I know who they are? How do they have books in the Bible named after them? Because of their reputation. Although they've been dead for 5,000 years, you know who Isaiah is. You know who Ezekiel is. You know who Christ is. You know who Moses was. You know who Paul was because of who they were while they lived. Guess what, brothers and sisters? Here's the good news. If you're someone who takes accountability for your actions, you will be someone who has a good reputation too. You'll be someone who doesn't tarnish your reputation with excuses. You'll be someone who goes out and does the work of the Lord under any circumstance. Without making any excuses for your past life or who you were, you do the work of the Lord, you obey the Most High, and you will have a good reputation too. A reputation that will supersede your life. That's what my prayer is for myself and my sons. I got sons, I got kids. I got sons that have to grow up under my name. So what does that mean that I need to do? I have to be perfect. Because if I'm not perfect, my sons will grow up hearing, your daddy was a whoremonger. There's no woman that can say that. There's no child that could ever say I molested him, that I touched him. There's no woman that says he forced me to do this. No woman ever could say that, whether in the world or in the truth. Let's be clear about that. Listen, I have to establish a reputation that is sound, that is gold, because I have sons and children that have to grow up under my name. What if all of us thought like this could come? What if all of us thought, well, you know what? I can't kill this man because he had sex with my woman. because I have a reputation to think about. I have to just let her go and move on and go get another woman better than her. Brother, if we all thought that way and we all behaved and carried ourselves to have a reputation that lasts us when we leave, a sound reputation when we leave, brother, Christ will be back. We will be living in the kingdom of heaven if everyone thought about what their reputation means when they leave. But we have people who are selfish could come because of their learned behavior from the oppressor, and they don't take accountability for their actions. So what do? They do whatever they want to do. They don't even take thought of their actions because they don't care about the reputation. Don't be someone that doesn't care about your reputation. Be someone who knows that your reputation is the only currency you have. Your reputation, whether good or bad, is going to be said about you when you leave. You're going to die, that's for sure. Everyone is going to die. That's life, right? And there's no one who's going to live to be a million, billion, gazillion years old. You're going to die. And when you do, you're going to have children that live up under your name. You're going to have a family that has to live under your reputation. So what are you going to do about it now? What are you going to do about it now? You have the ability to change what people can say about you today. Come, you had something you wanted to say?
No, listen. Our reputation is really what you got, and like I said, when Most High God said, let us make man in our image, and referring to reputation, that's who we are representing is the Most High, our culture. You know what I mean? And this is the best culture on the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? The law, statutes, and commandments is all wisdom in the sight of the nations. And we will take accountability for what we've done. And the oppressor, of course, he won't take accountability right now, but he will eventually. And I pray you understand on that one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Listen, with that being said, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Kukumgabar.
Yep, this is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, start out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. A rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After that 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. And after that 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the heads to marry. Tithes, that is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, 8 through 10, which means a tenth in the Hebrew. And that's 10% of every penny of increase that the Most High gives you. And you give that to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. A priest fund, which is a free will offering, that is not mandatory. It's whatever amount you would like. And the upcoming Holy Convocation would be what's coming up next. So we just had
Feast of Hanukkah.
Yeah, the Hanukkah, Feast of Hanukkah. And I think what's the date? I think it was December 15th, if I'm not mistaken. That's sundown.
I can
Salakia.
Keep going, and I can tell you in 1 second. Could come. Keep going. I can tell you in 1 second.
But that's a 7-day feast, of course, and then what's an 8-day feast? And
Sunday, December 14th.
14th. Okay, Salakia. Sunday at sundown, December 14th. That's the opening of that holy day, and you can find that in the book of Maccabees, which is an apocrypha. And of course, me and Officer Malak, we got the October 29th. We got the 4-part series of how to stop child molestation. So yeah, give a hand for that, definitely. And it's a 4-part series each week on Wednesdays. And then with that, well, of course, you mentioned the Southern Cookout, which is what, at the end of the month.
October
If anybody,
30th.
October 30th. If
And
anyone's
November
down in the
2nd, I
region.
believe.
Yeah, kind of one kind. But yeah, with that, if any brother wants to get into school, man, make sure you start wearing all black, man. Put on boots, shirt, pants, war scarf, etc., etc. And with that, we're gonna give a courtesy salute to the teacher, Amadim, which means stand. Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahaba Shim Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahaba Shim Yahshua Barakatah.
Yamatah Sar means a turn. We're gonna give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Amadim, which means stand. Men of Israel, Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahweh Yamatah, claps this one.
Outside Christ. The water again could come. The water again. Y'all stay strong, guys. The water. And to the sister, Mother Ima that said, as always, to our class, the water out of one. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, sis, the water. The water to the sisters and brothers that watch, checking in, the water. Shalom, Israel. Shalom.
If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause and brothers, because I love them, I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For why take your life or let you take mine? That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected, but in this world we reject